Already in its 13th year, the Fresno State Summer Arts Program is in full swing. Some of the best artists from around the world are spending the week performing at Summer Arts and sharing their skills with students from people around the valley. There are almost 40 public events that anyone can attend. All right, and today, joining us in character is Katie, who will be performing.
Yes, I will be performing, dear.
Yes,
that's right.
Well, thank you so much.
Can I put my feet on this table?
You can.
Because I like to be comfortable, as you know, dear. So I'm just going to put my feet right here.
You are Katie Hepburn. You can do anything you like.
Thank you, darling. You're very sweet, very attractive, wearing green, which is a lucky color.
It is.
Yes, you know, my darling Spencer loved green. He wore green all the time. Every day he got up and he just turned green. It was very interesting.
Sean Abbey also joins us now. He is director of the show that Katie will be performing in, and obviously one that you certainly do not want to miss. Katie, tell us where you're from and what do you think of Fresno?
I love Fresno, darling. Don't you?
I do. I love raisins.
You know, me too. Isn't that interesting that this gorgeous woman got pronounced your name incorrectly? Your name is actually pronounced Scene, because if you see how it's spelled, S-E-A-N, that says scene to me, doesn't it, darling?
Well, Katie, I make a lot of mistakes.
I don't think that's
not
true.
all of us are perfect.
No, let me tell you, sweetheart, there's no such thing as a mistake, darling. You just do something, and if it happens, it's wonderful. Isn't that right?
That is so true.
You have colored balls of yarn. And this is exciting, too. Did you buy this?
I did, and I'm so glad you noticed.
I like it.
Good.
And what's interesting to me, I'll tell you, one time, I'll never forget it. Hold this for me, darling.
Right.
One time, I remember I was doing a film with Shelley Winters. You remember her, darling? You're very young. It's all right. Probably before your time. But Shelley Winters was a wonderful actress. And she and I were doing a film. It was The Poseidon Adventure, Part 4. This actually took place in an actual boat, which they tried to turn upside down. Now, this, of course, was a wonderful picture with myself and Shelley Winters. And, of course, Ernest Borgnine was not there. So we were doing this film, and there was a gold thing just like this that Shelley Winters was supposed to put on her head. It's a very exciting story.
Is it?
Yes, and I was sitting next to Shelley, and I said, "Don't put this on your head, darling. You'll never get out of it." So she tried it anyway, and that's why, to this day, Shelley Winters is shaped like this.
And that's why you, I'm sure, have such fond memories of that, and this reminds you of that.
That's right. That's why I picked it up. I'll be careful.
I can tell. I can tell. That was a wonderful story. Another wonderful thing happening is this show, Scene.
Yes.
Talk to us about it.
Well, it's the show. You've basically seen the show.
Is that the show?
It's
I don't know what it is.
I think Katie's the show.
Katie's the show.
Scene just tells me to go out and talk, and I do.
Katie used to do self-help videos, and so I decided to turn it into a live show. So now it's basically a talk show hosted by Katie.
Okay.
And we have guests, we have how-to segments, we have audience interaction, we have many, many stories that ramble on even longer than that one if you can't.
Oh, that wasn't a ramble.
She knows what I'm talking about. Alexandra understands that when a story happens, you just have to let it go.
Yes.
As if, look at this, I could put this on my head and pretend to be you.
Because I look like that so frequently.
You just pick things up. No mistakes. You just do something, and that's the way it is.
That's me when I get up in the morning. Anyway, so the show is tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night is the show. It's at 7 o'clock, and it's part of the Summer Arts Program. I mean, this is part of the wonderful shows that people can catch. It is Katie's Corner Live, improv comedy. It's happening at the John Wright Theater at 7 p.m. tomorrow. You definitely don't want to miss it. Tell me the basics of it, and just, I know that you mentioned there would be other guests. Who are those other guests?
Good question.
Yes.
Good question. We don't know. We improvise the whole show. So we basically know what time the show starts and what time the show ends. And
well, we do know, darling, that tomorrow night we're having Mr. Dave Rozowski, who's on Second City.
Yes.
And, of course, Mr. Eric Honeycutt,
yes,
who's from Improv Olympic.
And they're both instructors with the Summer Arts Program as well. They're teaching. And so they're going to come on, and they won't be appearing as themselves. They'll be appearing as who knows what.
Other people.
Other people.
We like to be other people.
Oh,
Don't you like to be other people,
I love to pretend I'm somebody rich and famous, which I'll never be. Okay, who is this right here?
That's Mr. John Mayer.
This is Mr. John Mayer.
Yes, and he's the proprietor. Dr. John Mayer, who, of course, as you all know, is heir to the Oscar Mayer Wiener fortune. Oh. Yes, he owns that. That's why he's so excited.
He's somebody that we definitely need to be
We've
friendly
got a lot of money.
Now,
very well.
Who is this young,
That's Mr.
gorgeous
Eric
actor?
Honeycutt from the Improv Olympic, who also teaches with the Steppenwolf Theater.
Yes.
Look at how much information I know.
It's amazing you can keep it all in your head.
I know. Isn't that exciting, Seton?
It's astounding.
Yes, I know. I'm very excited
it's
about
incomprehensible.
Look at myself. You realize I've won 4 Academy Awards looking like that. Isn't that exciting?
I've got to ask you about Henry Fonda and On Golden Pond.
Oh,
how was that? What was that like?
Hey, Mr. Henry Fonda. Now, I don't know if you know this story, Seton, but Mr. Henry Fonda wore a hat that I gave him from my darling, darling Spencer. And he wore it through the entire movie. And eventually, when he took it off, his hair came with it. Isn't that interesting?
Now, what did Spencer think of that?
Well, Spencer loved it. He loved everything, you know. He was very excited about life. He would go out and he would just do things. He would go forward to it. And for instance, he would look at this and pick this up and do an entire scene from Hamlet just with this little popcorn ball. That's how good he was. He just did things.
And he passed along that talent to you.
Well, I don't know that I have any talent, really, darling. I just sit here and talk.
And we love that you do that, and the audiences will love it as well.
Oh, good.
The show is tomorrow night, so please go catch it. I mean, this is really great that Fresno State has programs like this in the Summer Arts program. I mean, this is just part of the, and one of the many, many performances that will be happening there. John Wright Theater, Fresno State, 278-0503. Call that number for more information. You can also go to csusummerarts.org. csusummerarts.org. Well, we certainly love having you here in Fresno, Miss Katie Hepburn.
Darling, it was a pleasure. I love Fresno, California. You can do anything because there's so much space.
Especially in and around Fresno State.
Well, everywhere, darling, really.
Yes.
I mean, you can roll a tennis ball and never find it. It's wonderful. I love it.
Well, we love, love, love having you here. And don't forget that tomorrow night is the big show, and there's also classes. Can you just kind of touch on that for those people that might want to be a part of the classes over at the Steppenwolf?
I'll talk about those classes.
Talk about them.
It's a summer intensive, so there's classes for just about every theatrical, what's the word, discipline is what I'm looking for.
You love that one.
I'm going to look at John Mayer. Dance, acting, writing. Is there singing?
Bicycle riding.
Improv.
Music.
Lumberjacking.
Lumberjacking.
I think so.
I took that class. Seen the lumberjacking class?
I kept far away when you had that
it was
saw.
wonderful. They gave me an axe. I felt like Joan Crawford.
Silly.
It was terrific.
No, I would never give you an axe.
I felt free.
Oh, my goodness. Well, there you have it, folks. We are looking forward to the big show tomorrow. And thank you once again for being on Central Valley Today. We appreciate it.
How beautiful you are.
We'll be right back. Thank you.
You're welcome, my angel. How lovely.